Okay, welcome back to Naturalist Gaming, where we are doing a long play of Away, the survival series, as a sugar glider. And the chase has begun. My flying nemesis, the vulture, has taken my mother and sister, and now I am pursuing them and eating a few raspberries along the way. There were some black raspberries in the woods today that I foraged, and a nice little snack. This guy seems to like them too. All right. Frogs. Here we can get up close to a leftover remnant of human civilization.
Evidence of human beings, relics like these of some of our failed attempts at salvation, are scattered across the island. Human beings made countless attempts to maintain a presence on Earth. Sadly, those attempts ended in disaster. The sugar glider appears tiny and fragile next to these remnants of a once advanced and sophisticated civilization. And yet, he has accomplished something in his persistence on Earth that none of us could.
It's my friend. Hello. Well, that right there is as good as this game's gonna get. Praying mantis and thunder. Man. I really do think if this game had sort of reached its full potential, what the concept suggests, it would have been amazing. And it's still, it's a game. You can play. But it could have just been so much better. Try not to say too much bad stuff about any game that I'm going to include on my list, of course, but this one is certainly my least favorite of all the ones that I've played, just in its execution, not necessarily in its concept.
The presence of cobwebs can only mean one thing. This is spider territory, and the glider must be on high alert. This poisonous plant is a member of the Solanum, or nightshade family. A single prick of its thorns can cause serious injury to an animal as small as the sugar glider. It may be some time before he regains his strength.
I have epic damage unlocked now. May as well show you in the menu as well. In addition to the map, you can also go to your progression tree and you can see these skills that you can unlock. So you can get like glide boost and dodge while gliding, and you can upgrade your acrobatic or your aerobatics, I guess. Get higher stamina, more damage, and so on. And each of these will tell you what you need to do to achieve it. So play some side quests, eat a certain amount of mushrooms, or different kinds of mushrooms, finish the story mode for one of them, and so on. So you can, there's a little bit of a RPG element here in the progression tree. There's also stats for all of the things that you are able to hunt and all the things you're able to eat. And you can look through those lists. And this was not here in my original playthrough. But it looks like you can upgrade skins too. Change the design of the character. I just acquired another one, Junior Aerobatics.
This quick-darting and oversized tarantula would like to make a meal of our Joey. To survive, the glider will have to be quicker still. Arachnids are one of the few creatures able to flourish since the shift. Insect populations have been out of control since many of the species that once fed on them have gone extinct. Spiders have moved in to fill the void. The vulture stops on an abandoned human edifice. Nature continues to reclaim what relics humans have left behind, though, curiously, some structures appear less vulnerable to nature's encroachment than others. It is almost as if these structures are somehow being maintained. The glider must find a way to scale these ruins. How else is he to track the vulture and rescue his family?
Oh yeah, that's a new element to the game since the update is adding skins. Interesting.
tenacious Joey continues his quest and is determined to rescue his family. On to the next glide. A sliding log offers the glider an unexpected boost. The Vulture appears to have stopped for a breather, the glider's mother and sister still in its clutches. But the pair of marsupials appear alive and well. There's hope. The glider must press on. He may yet be able to save them.
Because this one is sort of directly along our path as we're going through this story, I will show you one collectible so you can get an idea of what they look like.
Okay, it's recorded. Right. Annabelle D'Souza. Now I know that there's no one that is on this island. There's no one that should be here, but I have sensed a presence. And it's warm, and it's fresh. I haven't even been wearing my mask. You know, I don't wear it very often because I'm not having any adverse reactions to this toxic environment. This environment is not toxic. Why are they telling me it's toxic? That is a misconception. Now, Geo just came and took everyone away to up there so that they could abandon our home. It is very much easier to abandon. But I will not abandon our home. I refuse to abandon this place. I refuse, and because of that, it should prove that everyone should have faith. However, something still irks me about this presence. It's hostile. It has a sad danger to it. And I have seen remnants of things in caves and in bunkers and footprints, dusty and hastily covered. And I wonder to myself, is it those fools coming back to get one more piece and pillage? Or is it fellow outcasts like myself who believe and have faith and want to see if we can make Earth work again? Now, I'm sorry, I got a little carried away there, but...
The area has been flooded. The mud and water create a treacherous obstacle, threatening to trap and sink any small animals that venture in. The glider will have to find an innovative way to cross this expanse. An ingenious solution. The glider has found an unlikely ally in this large buck who doesn't seem bothered at all by his furry stowaway. This piggyback ride will help the glider avoid predators that lurk in the swamps. For now.
Oop. Can't hide from that guy, I guess.
An ingenious solution. The glider has found an unlikely ally in this large buck who doesn't seem bothered at all by his furry stowaway. This piggyback ride will help the glider avoid predators that lurk in the swamps. For now. The sugar glider retreats to the comparative safety of the trees. He feels most at home here, balancing on branches like a tightrope walker, avoiding what threats lurk on the ground. This lynx rufus, or bobcat, is hungry and on the lookout for preys that might come his way. Our sugar glider will stay protected if he stays on high branches. The tangle of trees acts as a secret pathway to safety for our dauntless Joey.
Oh my gosh.
The mists of a waterfall provide a temporary respite. The storm is getting closer. The trees won't be able to protect the glider from high winds, torrential downpours, or lightning strikes. The Joey must act fast to avoid being caught in the tempest. The Vulture soars over the island like a prehistoric monster, keeping far ahead of the valiant glider. This structure, known before the evacuation as Geo's Safe Dome, was once home to hundreds of scientists. What a find! An oasis teeming with life. The sugar glider must take every advantage of this plenitude. Our young glider is relentless. He won't give up, fighting and floating for as long as it takes to be reunited with his beloved family. This abandoned dome was erected decades ago by the Global Emergency Organization, or GEO for short. Here, human scientists mounted a last-ditch effort to stop the devastating changes to the Earth that threatened all human life. Sadly, those efforts ended in failure. And yet hope remains. The mysterious survival of species like the sugar glider suggests there might be a way for us to survive here, too.
Developers' pets on the wall, I assume.
Alright, hello. Consider this our maiden manifesto. It's really simple, really. If we leave place for trees to grow, right, they will communicate with fungi and they will create the natural fabric for all life. Okay, now if you add water into the mix, that is going to help purify the air. We're going to have real, clean air. It's really exciting. And the man-made volcanoes that we're using are just, no, they're no good. No good. And the terraforming is just pouring the wrong things into the ground. It's the wrong nutrients. But we know what the right thing to do is. We know how to save the earth, really.
We have discovered what we think may be the Quercus fungi tree, and it is giant. But we keep getting denied access by the Archangels. I don't understand. Why would they stop us from doing our work? Why would they stop us from trying to help? I mean, if they fail us, I will never forget them. And I feel like they may have.
Okay, now this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna sneak into the oak tree. We're gonna collect some fungi symbiosis out of it. Okay? So we have real hope. For the first time in a long time. It's small, but it's there. It's real. Okay? So now let's keep this transmission off the grid for now, just in case something bad happens to us. But my God, I mean, if this really works out for us, I mean, the Quercus theory is really good. Let's keep our fingers crossed.
These holograms were recorded by Apweti Hamilton and Adam Mandusky, heroic scientists who dedicated themselves to finding a way to preserve life on Earth. They were also my partners. They went missing on Savior Island years ago. The loss of these two bright lights has been a devastating blow.
The narrator actually comes into the story a little as you find these holograms. And again, I'm not going to take the time to go find all of them, but I just wanted to give a little sample.
Nature has reclaimed Geo's once imposing dome. For the glider, it exists only as an obstacle, a strange series of branches to navigate as he continues his quest to rescue his family. Little does he realize the success of his quest means as much to us as it does to him. The glider is in trouble. This clutter of spiders threatens to overwhelm him.
Nah. Not me.
The sugar glider's relationship to the island's fungi is a continuing marvel, though we have yet to understand the intricacies of this process or to fully explore its implications.
Handheld cranes.
Creepy crawlers have overrun the area. The glider must act fast if he's to find a way out of this mess. Like the sugar glider, some of the insects and arachnids on Savior Island have shown signs of fungi symbiosis, a deeply intuitive and perhaps mutually dependent connection with the area's fungal life. This phenomenon points to an exciting theory that, if true, could lead to a human renaissance on planet Earth.
Geo-archive data, January 16th, 2089, R10 AM, alert code red. Scientists observed increased aggression in remaining animal species, particularly potentially as a consequence of various toxins released in the destruction of our infrastructure. Geo asks survivors to stay vigilant as many sectors are no longer safe for humans. End transmission.
This tarantula is a Goliath bird eater. Its hefty mass and body weight
No.
make it the largest spider in the world. An opportunistic feeder who would happily chomp down on our Joey if given the chance. This glider must do everything in its power to avoid it.
Don't think that's quite what the Goliath bird eater. Well, you know what? We'll just let that go. Just kidding. Nothing to see here. The little fungi help guide the way on your path. Uh-oh. Okay. Whew. Doesn't seem particularly likely to leave. So let's just keep going.
The glider has done well, managing to avoid the tarantula's terrible attention. The summit of Geo's towering dome provides an opportunity, a panoramic view of the island. There's a chance that from height, he'll be able to spot his missing family members.
I think I see the vulture there. Ooh, this feels dangerous.
There they are. He must catch up with the vulture. Time is running out. The worst has happened. A bolt of lightning has struck one of the island's trees and started a fire. This blaze is sure to move quickly with the strong winds. Our glider must be quicker still. Wolves. These perennial hunters are always on the lookout for fresh meat. Though the sugar glider won't offer much of a meal, on an island where game is scarce, the wolves are unlikely to turn down even the lightest of snacks.
Well, we are heading towards the finale of this story. Things are going to really ramp up here towards the end. So with that, I'm going to wrap up the second episode and we'll continue in the next one.